Hey everyone, so this book, CASHFLOW Quadrants, is written by Robert Kiyosaki, who is the author of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So he's a best-selling author of that book. He's also an entrepreneur, he's an investor, a business owner, and he's a lot of things. But basically this book talks about, I would call it the unofficial part 2 to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So for those of you who've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, definitely check out this book. So in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he basically just talks about the lessons he learned growing up from his rich and his poor dad. Not to say he doesn't talk about that in this book, he does. He just dives a little bit deeper into the more technical things. So in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he just kind of gives you a general overview of the businesses, or how he became rich. And in this one, CASHFLOW Quadrants, he just dives into the more technical aspects, and he talks about the different types. So he talks about the E, S, B, and I's, and he really breaks down the different types of income from those 4 different streams. So you have the employer or the employee, you have the self-employed, you have the business owners, and the investors. Now he's basically advocating that if you want financial freedom, you want to be a B or an I. You want to be on the right side of the cash flow quadrant as opposed to the left side, which is the E and the S. Now basically the biggest takeaway from this is that if you want financial freedom, you have to learn to invest or become a business owner. Now business owner basically means that you have something where you can step away from it for a year and your business is okay. Now it doesn't mean, I'm going to start my own thing and then not that kind of business. He means when you have a business and it's kind of fully running on its own without your presence, then that's what the B is for. But basically the big takeaway from this is learn how to invest, learn how to create a business, or one of the two. Now, there's some books on real estate, investing. My suggestion would be check out Gary Keller's Millionaire Real Estate Investor for real estate. And another book that I personally like is Wealth of Common Sense. Something like that. A Wealth of Common Sense. It's on my recommendations list. Definitely check it out. And he basically talks about ways to invest in the stock market for super cheap and easy to do. You can also check out John Bogle's, the book name is A Little Book of Common Sense Investing or something like that, but definitely check it out. It's also a good book about investing in the stock market or indexes and all that stuff. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Check out my website at www.bookstakeaway.com, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.